But with the typical pole leader in typical, pun intended, he will take off here at Indianapolis on this Thursday evening to do no more than just gain some more points, as him and Hollywood starting out there out front have nothing to gain, as they will be going on to the round of 6. As for the rest of these guys, some of these guys mathematically probably locked in just due to the point spread. Jared not being here is going to be very critical to his playoff run as it continues. Yeti and Travis need all the points they can get, basically battling against each other to see if they can gain more than 35 points. 36 points would probably move them on. Unless Jared gains... Oh, one hard in the back there to the pit wall. Not quite sure who that was. It's Trav Nation hard into that wall off turn number 4. Unfortunate event for him. Death before dishonor there in that 5 Chevrolet. As you can kind of see, we're going to get a little double action here going into turn number 1. Bad Martin and Typical try to work with each other to get around the 16. Little bit of door action there, almost 3 wide. 5 thinks better of it. Good action off the nose of that 5 there through turn number 1. As they come out of 2, it is still tight-necked. A couple of loose cars there. Death before dishonor moving up the track now, as Bad Martin has stretched out that lead based on all the swirliness going on behind them there. Outside line's very hard to maintain. And he will kind of dives in there late. Good pits though here by these 2 guys, and everybody's going to gain their laps back right now, as we're going to jump over to Bad Martin and see how this is going to work out. So right now he is going to be, I guess, what you would consider 3rd position. And when he comes around, I believe he will be in 1st position. It's going to be close. Typical going to have that speed later on. So we'll see how those tires make a difference. Look like Typical just took right sides and some fuel. Hollywood was actually in 3rd position. So we'll try to find him, see where he's at. Got him racing off pit road pretty hard. Is Hollywood going to be able to do it? I don't think he's going to be able to catch him. Not this time around. If Hollywood took some fresher tires, took 4 tires, he may have the advantage on these right sides. As I got to get back up here to the leaders, as Death Before Dishonor has took the lead from Typical at the moment. As we'll see how this works out whenever we get around to the end. As Typical will look into the inside, and he has the momentum for now. Can he beat him down into turn number 1 and take the lead? And he will do so, but can he hang on to it coming out of the exit? Crossover from the 5 coming in hot. He's going to have the inside momentum coming around out of 2. Can he keep it on going on down the backstretch with this side draft? Trav Nation has the option to go help somebody here. Not necessarily doing so. More lap traffic coming up, and he's just going to take it to the wall. He should have stayed out there. It would have been interesting. So 47 Sticky Renhouse just darts it out of the way there. And Typical is going to take the lead here with 2 to go at the line. And that tire not looking too good for Typical right now. So we'll see if he's able to hang on to it to the end. Inside lane again for the 5. Let's see if he's able to hang on to it. Not going to be able to. Has to drop back behind. Trav Nation still right there. Lapped car. So we'll see if Death has it. There'll be 1 to go at the line. Figured Death might have a little better tire. but I'm not entirely sure, as they probably both did the same thing. This is the final lap of the stage. I apologize. As looking like Typical might be able to get this one. Looks strong all stage. Did not lead every lap, as Hollywood was up front there earlier on after a Typical mess up, which is not typical of him. But stage win to Typical, second Death Before Dishonor. Hollywood going to come by in third. Typical on the pole once again. Death Before Dishonor starting right next to him. Hollywood in third with Bad Martin in fourth. Shepard's going to retain fifth position with Dan the Man in sixth. And the rest of the field figures out itself. A lot of guys already jumping down to the inside. Outside looking good for the moment. Up front. And we get kind of pinched back there in the back door to door from Bad Martin back. And that's going to allow Death Before Dishonor and Typical. Stage winner, Death Before Dishonor. So we got a race right here. Bob Drew is racing for sixth position. Not much of a race between those other fellas, but we'll see how it works out right here. As you got Sticky Renthouse trying to get to the inside of him there. He's able to do so. There's a fourth place finish for Typical. And there we go. Right down to the line. Stage number 2 for a couple of these guys, but Bob Drew got the better of most of them. Right now it will be Death Before Dishonor on the pole here in stage number 3. And he will have Hollywood out on the outside of him. And Bad Martin looking to push the issue on the inside. As we have 53 of 80 laps here in stage number 3. So good restart. Death Before Dishonor able to stretch it right back out there. And he's got Bad Martin working up behind him though. A lot of guys door to door right now. A little looseness there for Death Before Dishonor. As we're going to look right here at somebody in the middle of this pack. It's Bob Drew. We'll go off the nose of him as he is fitting and fighting here with this top 5. As he's going to have someone up to his inside here. Or sorry, the outside, but it's Hollywood who laid out a little bit. So we got a good battle going on up here in this top 5. Restarts are always interesting. Most certainly will be a pit here in this stage, so we'll see how these drivers decide to split this stage. And a lot of bumper to bumper action right here. Bob Drew pushed up just a little bit by the 16. Oh, it's getting tight right here. We'll try to go to that overhead action and see what's happening, as it is tight right here. You can see we are in a 3-car debacle here. 21 Trav Nation sends it in hard, bumps up the 16 of Hollywood, who really don't need the points anyway. Trav battling for every single scrap he can get. There's Travis in that 21 for all of you all in here for Trav Nation this evening. 3 wide coming down. And that's where Hollywood got his revenge on these two guys, as he put it 3 wide on them coming in between 3 and 4 there. And I don't think those guys like that very much, so we'll see what happens here. Anxious Yeti able to get the point advantage on Travis so far, and Hollywood backs out of it. These two guys, he knows they're racing for everything they got. G-Dog, do not think he is a part of the race, or the points race that is. And Trav Nation losing some spots here early on in stage number 3. Pit stops still looming though. That could change the course of anyone's race, as Anxious Yeti has not been good getting on and off pit road here this evening. So Typical, we're going to try to jump back up here to where the leaders are. And you can see Typical trying to take the lead now. from Death as they go into turn number 1, able to clear him just in time to get back down into turn number 1 and ride this turn out. So there's Death losing the lead this time. The typical strong car all evening. Still got some good racing going on back here. This is a battle for 5th position, and it is a stout one. So you can see I'm almost split the 48 there. 34 to the outside, won't have the momentum. The 6 is going to clear. That is Bob Drew in the Wienermobile. And now they've all reversed positions here and back to a straight line. So good strong battle there between those fellas. And it's still hard fought there between Shepard and Dan the Man. Death Before Dishonor on pit road, so we'll see if that works out for him later on, as he should be able to make it to the end of this race. And still a good battle right here between these guys, as this is now 3rd through 5th. You can see these guys have not give each other much of an inch all the way through. We'll get back up here to this as Death Before Dishonor leaving the pits. And there's Typical coming around to lap him, but he's not going to be able to get it done, I don't think. Typical still your leader. He's got Death Before Dishonor in front of him. The lead is now half a second with 9 remaining. And I do believe those fresher tires are going to prevail once Typical is able to get up here. As Death is going to try to protect the inside to have that inside preferred line come up to turn number 3, but he's just not going to have it in there as Typical is able to get around on the outside and clear him and regain the lead. Typical is going to be going by this time, and he's going to take the checkered flag and be your winner from Indianapolis, 2 races in a row.